Hi you guys, thank you so much. This is Debbie Lively. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another one of my videos. Well you guys, I don't have a question today, but today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna talk money. Everybody I've been talking to, everybody is talking about money, how to make it, how to, get through these Corona times. And we're gonna talk about money, how to make some and how to save some. So stay with me, all right? I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming back to watch another one of my videos. Okay, so you guys, before we get started, if I could ask you to please like, share, comment on the videos, that would help greatly. Okay, so let's talk money. But before we do that, let's invite the ancestors into the room. We always like to ask for their help whenever I'm speaking. Okay, all right. So today, as I said, we're gonna talk money. Okay, you guys, I wanna preface this, and I'm not trying to brag, I really don't, and I wasn't even really intended on talking about this, but I really wanna be helpful during this time, right? Because I don't really talk about money a whole lot. But you know what, I've gotta say that I'm very, very blessed in terms of, how when Corona first started, I really have not lacked, and I really have not been in need. And I say all that to say, like, prior to what I just said, is I don't like to brag, and one of the reasons why, I really, feel like things have gone well for me, one, I seek the ancestors. Two, I'm just a saver. I save and I prepare. I'm one of those rainy day moment people, right? And this Corona was definitely a rainy day. But, I'm a saver. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about, what I did in preparing and just really how I kind of live my life. This is not something, what I'm gonna share with you guys, and I have 7 points. It's not anything new. This is just kind of how I live my life. But, I've added some points in terms of ways that I think people might be helpful, some points that might be helpful to us, but I have 7 points. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the stimulus check. I know some of us got the stimulus check, and some of us are still hoping and waiting for the second stimulus check to come. But if you are in a position where when you get that money, you don't need it to have to buy food or have to pay bills immediately with it, or something that's stressful or that's immediate, use the money wisely. Use it wisely. If you're gonna spend it on something that's going to help you get unconnected to the system. That's what I would say. I use my money 3 ways. I don't have a lot of debt. I've got a mortgage. My debt is a mortgage and a car note, right? So when I got that money, I said, okay, I'm always about getting off the system, trying to be as self-sufficient and as independent as I possibly can. So when I got the money, I paid an extra car note, and I saved some, and I put the other remaining towards my business, right? So those are the 3 ways. So when you get the money, if you don't have to, like I say, you don't have to buy food or pay the electricity bill, try to put that money aside or spend it in a way that is going to help you to get off of, a dependence on the government. That's what I would say, or dependence on your job. Because, ultimately what we're all trying to do, and what's wise, and what I always try to tell people is, you want to get away from living paycheck to paycheck. And I know we hear that all the time, but if you could try to get to the point where you're not living paycheck to paycheck, it would alleviate so much stress, right? It would alleviate so much stress. I spent so many years in my young adult years just not understanding how money works. And I just lived paycheck to paycheck, and it created so much stress. So what I would say is, just try to get away from living paycheck to paycheck. Put something aside. Try to condition yourself to become more of a saver. And if you're going to use the money, use it wisely. Use it in a way where it will help you to get off of the system, where you're not so connected and dependent on the government. You're not so connected and totally dependent on your job, right? You want to get away from that paycheck to paycheck. So like I say, I use mine. I paid an extra car note because I am, trying to get I'm getting my car paid off by the beginning of the year. That is my thing. And I'm gonna drive that car until the wheels fall off. That's just kind of what I do, because I don't like car notes. I don't like having to pay my money out because I don't like to live paycheck to paycheck. So I paid a car note. I saved some money and I put some money towards my business. Okay, so those are the three things. But those aren't those three things aren't something that were dire. I didn't have to pay my car note off because I'm actually paid up several months on my car note. I really don't have to pay a car note until January 1st, right? But I work towards that. So if you don't have to use your stimulus money for something immediate, use it as a way to kind of get you off the hook from depending on your job so much, or depending on your job, or depending on the government so much. Okay, I'm trying to get through these points really quickly, so maybe I'll slow down because yeah. Okay, so second point, credit, lines of credit. This is something that was new to me. Line of credit, like I said, I don't like credit and I don't have a lot of credit or debt, I should say, as I said before. But when this Corona thing jumped off, I was thinking, okay, if something happened, like if stuff crashed, I need to be able to access as much money as I possibly can. So what I did was I opened up other credit cards. Right? I opened up because I'm like in a dire situation, because when this first happened, we didn't know what was going to happen, right? We didn't know. People were talking about the systems were going to go down, money wasn't working, just all kinds of crazy things. But what I tried to do was open up other sources where I could go and get emergency money if I needed to. So that is something that you can think about doing. But I'm going to preface that by saying, if you do that, only open up credit cards that are interest-free, that won't cost you anything if you use the money, and that will give you points. Don't use anything. Don't give your money or your attention to anything that you're not going to get something back, right? So if you open up a credit card, let it be interest-free, right? And then let it give you some points, something that you can give back. Maybe you can use those points to travel or to buy things for your family, something like that, right? I actually heard, I'm gonna give you guys this tidbit that I actually heard on Blacksit's channel. I can't think of her name, but her channel is Blacksit. But what she said, one woman got her exit plan or her reparations, right, from credit in the US. So what she did was she opened up a lot of credit, took the money, paid for her ticket to travel to Africa, and she used that money and she went and started her life in Africa, right? She used it as what she called her reparations from America. I'm not completely advocating that, at least not publicly, but it's something to think about. And we're in emergency times where we have to be thinking about what our options are, all right? So that's just, some tea for you and me, all right? Okay. My third point, and you guys, I learned this from the Africans. You guys know I told you I date an African man, so I'm kind of in the African community. I've been around the Africans. I kind of see how they live here in the States. But one of the things that they do is they rent rooms. They'll have a house and they'll rent rooms to different people, right? Other Africans, of course. But if you have a spare room in your house, that is one way for you to get some income. And I've seen rooms rented for as much as like $500-600. Imagine that coming in, an additional $500 or $600 coming to you, right? Now I know a lot of African Americans, we don't necessarily like to do that because we don't like people in our mess, right? We like our privacy. But it is something to think about in these Corona times. Perhaps you can rent a room if you need money. It's just something to think about. We have to keep all of our options open and on the table and think about, possibilities, new ways, maybe things that, we haven't thought about in the past. I'm gonna slow down. I'm trying to get through all my points so fast, but I'm gonna slow down. Okay, point 4, online skills. Now, I haven't shared this on my channel, but what I do during the day, actually, I'm a professor, I'm a teacher. That's what I do. That's why I talk so much. But one of the things that I had to do, because all of my classes are gonna go online in the fall, right? And one of the things that I did, I had to up my online skills, right? And being able to take my courses online. So I've been spending this pandemic some time just learning how to different technology and what I can do to make my classes more accessible and more effective in terms of teaching. So I say all that to say is look for ways that you can take whatever skill set that you have and take it online. And two of the things that I thought about, because even as I was starting this channel, you know, I was starting to edit my own videos and I'm like, you know, this is hard work. And you know, I really didn't want to do it because I'm not a technical person and that's just not the way I wanted to spend my time. So I end up hiring somebody to do my editing, right? But video editing it's a skill and it's something that you could learn, you know, if that's what you want to do, something that you could possibly learn to make some additional money, right? I remember I went to this Facebook, what was it? Kind of a workshop. And one of the things that a lot of the professionals there at the workshop was telling us was that, you know, video is the way to go, you know, for the future. People are getting their information from videos. For those of you guys who are on Facebook, you can clearly see that that's what's happening. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't like to read and they just want to watch how to do something. But so if you can learn anything in the video process, you know, creating a video, that's a skill set that you can sell. And you have time during this pandemic to be able to learn a new skill like that. One other thing is Zoom. You know, when I was talking to some of my colleagues just in a meeting yesterday, actually, a lot of people are going to be using Zoom to teach their classes, and a lot of professionals are using Zoom. So maybe you could teach people, if you know Zoom, the ins and out of a program like Zoom, maybe that's something that you can teach people. So I say all that to say is think about whatever skill that you might have and what's needed. Look around, open your eyes and begin to look around and see what's needed in this new environment, this online environment that we're going into, and see where you can add value. But Zoom is one thing, okay? And you know, guys, this channel is also about, you know, me creating something online, an online source of income for myself. So my goal is to get this channel over the next couple of months up to 1,000 subscribers. So stop what you're doing right now and subscribe to my channel, okay, and help me get to my 1,000 subscribers. Okay, something else that I do, and this I'm using my channel and where I am online to segue to my other business, another source of income. You guys know I have, if you don't know, I have a purse line. So one of the reasons why I actually created my channel was to really talk about bridging Africans and African Americans together, and you know, sourcing my purses and being able to talk about that. And I'm going to actually show you guys. I got new purses in, so I want to show you guys purses. And they were supposed to come at the beginning of the summer, but I think I mentioned once before that the coronavirus got in and kind of stopped them. But I just recently got a new shipment in, and I'm going to show you guys one of my new purses. And this is a purple one, and this is one. And I know you guys, some of you guys might ooh and ah, but this is the one that I'm keeping for myself. So look at this. This is one of my bags right here, made in Mali, Africa. You guys, I'm all about the African connection, trying to help people in Africa, trying to help Black people here. That's what I'm all about. And this purse is made in Africa. Look how beautiful that is. This one I'm selling for $130. And then I also got these zip bags that I'm also selling. Look at this. This one goes in there. Okay, you guys see that? Mud cloth on that side. Look on that side. That's the purple on that side. And this is just like a little wristlet. Look how beautiful that is, right? This one right here is, I'm selling for $55. So we have that, and it goes right hand in hand with this purse. Look at that, how beautiful that is, this purple. You guys see that? All right, so purple. I love purple, love, love, love purple. Purple, that's that higher chakra, right? So anyway, so think of sources of income. If you're going online, think of ways that you can use your online presence to be able to, like, you know, support or create a business, which is what I'm doing, you know? So think about that. 5. This is just kind of bringing things to home, shopping. You know, and it's kind of hard for me to talk about this because I'm such a Whole Food fanatic, right? Like I do a lot of my shopping at Whole Foods because You know, I'm not a clothes girl or, you know, a jewelry girl. You know, I'm not that. That's not kind of the girl I am. But where I do like to spend money is food. I love, 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 love good food. So I like to go to Whole Foods. But I don't buy all of my food at Whole Foods. I also go to different ethnic stores in my community. And that's a recommendation that I'm making to you guys. Go, you know, maybe stay away from the Jewel and the Walmart and some of these big box stores. And look at some of those ethnic stores, like the African stores or the Hispanic stores. In your community, you can save money. Like I buy all of my spices, like my ginger and my garlic and my thyme, and I buy all those things at my ethnic store because I can get them for a lot cheaper, and they're, you know, they're always there. So think about shopping at ethnic stores in your community. That may be a way for you to save, you know, save a couple of bucks. Okay. Point 6, plan your meals. You know, think about really planning your meals. When you go into the store, have a list of things that you want to buy so that you don't do any impulse shopping. And plan your meals so that, you know, you can have all that together, and then you can make larger meals. I think that's yeah. You can make larger meals, like, you know, prepare your meal in larger size. I know a lot of women do that. Those of us who are, you know, who are moms, you know, a lot of single moms, because, you know, you can't cook, or you don't want to cook every day. And I remember there was one day, I'm like, if I have to cook again, I'm just gonna go crazy. But fortunately, I actually share the cooking a lot with my guy. You know, African men, they love to cook. Not all of them, but mine does. And I love that, love that, love that. But, and he was actually the one that kind of got me in this mind frame of making a big pot of stew or a big pot of soup. And we eat off of that for a couple of days. And that saves us money, and it saves us time, right? And it keeps you from exposing yourself, you know, from going out into Corona shopping. Because every time we go out, we have to be realistic. Every time that we go out, that's a potential risk that we take on in terms of just exposing ourselves. So if we buy the food in bulk, we make large amounts, pots of things that we can eat and our family can eat, that would save us time, money, and potentially, you know, protect our health and not exposing ourselves to the virus, okay? I hate to say that, to the virus. Sound like Donald Trump, the virus, the enemy. But we won't expose ourselves, so we want to prevent from exposing ourselves. Okay, and then my last point, and you know, you guys know, if you watched any of my videos, you know that I'm all about the prayer. I'm all about asking the ancestors. I'm all about the mantras. I'm all about the meditation. You know, present your request to your ancestors. Visualize what you want, ask for their assistance, see what it is that they have to say to you, see where they direct you, because they will. Okay, thank you guys. This video is so much longer than I expected it to be. Please like, share, comment. Yeah, please like, share, and comment, and I will talk to you guys soon. I like to end my videos by saying Ashe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.